So Patrick, how did you get into the jewellery trade?
That's a good question, Jeff. I stumbled into it like most things in life. As a boy, like most boys, I wanted to be in demolition at the age of 5 and blow things up. But that didn't work out because I blew up the science lab at work. But I grew up and I wanted to be a train driver like Casey Jones. You wouldn't remember him. That didn't work. And so I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I was recommended to come to Hatton Garden for 4 weeks' work and work in a 100-year-old great jewellers. 100 years? They were dealers in antique jewellery, and they made modern jewellery, and it was like going into some Dickensian world. And I entered this world I never even knew existed, and it was just like being cast back in time. A wonderful history, 400 years history of jewellery making in Hatton Garden.
That's great.
And that's kind of how I got into it. And then I worked there for 12 years and finally decided to move on, to start my own company. But what about you? How did you get into it?
I guess I stumbled into it as well. I always suspected I'd do something not quite as violent as demolition, something like be an artist or a writer, something creative. But I guess I stumbled into the world of Hatton Garden by meeting this guy by the name of Patrick Wyatt. You may have heard of him.
Legend.
A legend in his own time.
Glass of wine.
And I saw in him someone who I could learn the trade from, and
Great foresight.
and who had a knowledge of trade and of jewellery and design and an understanding of people, and so I decided that I'd go straight into Hatton Garden and enter into the age-old institution of apprenticeship. And so that's how I got into it, really, and I've never looked back.
Fantastic.
And so, what inspired you to start your own company? How did that start?
Well, I was in a really good company. I mean, it's a great reputation, ancient company, but I just knew I'd got to this point where I just had to move on and see the fruits of my own action. And so back in 2001, I decided to make that move. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I took advice from various people, and one chap, he just hit the nail on the head. He said, do what you're good at, and do what you know. And I knew about jewellery, and I knew how to serve people. And that's how it started. And I just spoke to a few people and said, I'm on my own, and whatever I can do, I can help. And the first month, I turned over £16, of which £6 was profit.
That's a good margin.
That's not bad, is it?
It's not bad at all.
We don't have that margin these days, do we? But there we go.
And so, what is it that you love most about what we do now?
Well, I was asked a question a few years ago, what do you love in life? And it's the same thing. I love people. I love jewellery. I love creating jewellery, designing something for a person. But it's people because, well, you know that so many of our clients become our friends, genuinely. You know, you go and stay with them. Last weekend I stayed with clients. And it's the people. And that's why I don't see what we do is work. It's not a job, it's just life. There's no delineation between your home time and your work time. It's just life, and that's what I really love. I love coming in. I love seeing people, and that's long may that continue. And what about you?
I think
you love the wine.
I'd echo that. I like the wine. It's got to be French, left bank.
Very good.
But
You've learned well.
I think it's the people and the stories of the people. People come in and clients want a piece of jewellery, and it means something to them, and it relates to their relationship and to their lives, and you know, we weave together this story of them and using the craftsmanship and the world of Hatton Garden. We bring the two together, and they go away happy, and that's just a lovely process to be part of. It's always positive. It's always a celebration, isn't it?
It's
jewellery
always a
represents
celebration.
some kind of celebration, and long may that continue. And if we aren't here in many years' time to be the ones to do the designing and sort someone out with a beautiful piece of jewellery, well, hopefully Patrick Wyatt still will be.
Yes.
And it'll go on, and there'll be someone else to take up the baton and design and have a lovely piece of jewellery made.
Well, from your lips to his ears, may it be so.